A common sense recap of the day's biggest stories. It's John Catsimatidis and Rita Cosby. Katz and Cosby on 77 WABC.
And right now we're going to come up with Dr. Marc Siegel.
Yes.
We got, the great Dr. Marc Siegel.
Well, listen, here's the question. Why doesn't KT or her husband ever come to the breakfast on Saturday morning in Southampton when they're out there?
I'll invite them. She's been around, and her husband is a good guy, and he'll come for sure.
I want to meet them.
I'm going to see you at breakfast tomorrow morning.
All my people is at this breakfast, so.
It's going to be a WABC breakfast soon. I get so many texts, so many emails that a lot of people are sick and nobody's doing a story on it, that COVID is going around. I got a text from one of my good friends, and Aldamado's friend, that for 2 weeks she's had COVID. Is it going around real bad and we're keeping it a secret?
It's going around real bad. It's the KP2, KP3 variety. By the way, there's a lot of it in the Paris Games. For those who are following, the Australian water polo players have it. It started off in California. It spread east. It's all over the place, and people are getting it on planes and bringing it. And I actually have found that COVID virgins are getting it. I've been treating the last few days. I think I'm the only one left, Rita. I'm the only virgin left.
No, you're not. No, you're not. I have not had COVID either. I have not. So we're in the pack.
Knock on wood.
Did you have it? Did you guys have it?
I
You did. Okay. Ed, you had it, right?
I don't know if I had it or not. I had tested and a test came up negative, but a cold went on for 2 weeks. What are the symptoms, doctor?
By the way, I have to confess something. I'm back to using masks in my exam rooms in the office, and today I walked into the office and a patient was sitting there, and he said, I have red eyes, cough, and a sore throat, and I feel weak. I go, bye. I'm not examining you. Bye.
Yeah.
I sent him to the hospital to get tested. He had a negative test at home. But the problem is that those tests aren't 100% accurate because you could test positive.
I bought a bunch of those tests, by the way. I have some if you need some. The pre-negatives.
By the way, real quick, before we let you go, what can people do? I mean, what should we be doing? Because it seems like it's a pretty virulent strain that's out there.
Don't go near President Biden. He may still be contagious.
But he's mentally fine.
Well, I mean, what you can do is to be aware of it. And by the way, I actually am a big believer in Paxlovid. I think it really works. I use it a lot. I use it even on younger people. I think it decreases symptoms and severity. And I think, you could stay home when you're sick. That's a good thing to do.
In all seriousness.
Wash your hands 10 times a day.
Yes.
And don't be in people's faces.
Yes.
If you stand 3 feet away, okay, but don't be in people's faces.
Yeah, close talkers.
Dr. Catsimatidis is absolutely right. The doctor is right. And again, I'm wearing a mask in my exam room, sorry to say, but my patients are not, but I am. I think it adds a little bit of something, and somehow I'm lucky. Rita, you and I are lucky. Now, if you tested our genetics, Rita, you would find that we are not – I know what we're doing differently. We're not making certain antibodies. This is the propensity to COVID, catching COVID, has to do with the genetic makeup. Rita and I are in a group of great fortitude. We're survival of the fittest here, and we're going to make it.
We are.
The other thing is,
species. Woo! There you go.
If your vitamin D level is over 50, then you have a chance of not getting it.
By the way, I saw those studies too, and I agree with a certain Greek doctor, Dr. Mikolos. I agree with that. Vitamin D is huge. By the way, is anybody else here angry at the White House for the way they have completely obscured and continue to have no transparency on the president, claiming his health isn't the reason he's stepping down and not running when the entire United States disagrees with that?
Yes.
Has this White House ever told the truth?
No.
You've answered the question.
There you go.
I mean, it's very, very sad what's going on, and the American people have been swallowing it. Is that the nice way to say it? Yeah. Swallowing it. And now the media has been given instructions by the Kamala Harris White House. Oh, this is your talking points, and this is what you should be telling people. I mean,
you know what term is trending on social media? Bold-faced lie. How's that one?
well,
Yeah.
let me tell you something. It's very, very sad what's going on in our country. And, and now Christopher Wray, the FBI director, says, well, we're checking to see if President Trump was shot or not.
Oh, man.
Now, you know what it is? We're coming down to the fact that
That's the most horrible thing of all, by the way. How dishonoring is that?
they cannot take a chance on President Trump getting reelected because they know that he has the courage to go out and say, damn you guys, we're going to tell the American people the truth, and we're going to clean up the deep state.
Yeah, he's going to clean up house, and they don't want that.
Yeah, by the way, cleaning up health, and you forgot, speaking of the biggest threat to health in the country is the border, by the way. How about that President Trump will close it? I mean, you can't even, you go close to the border, you can't find anybody with a driver's license anymore because they weren't born here.
But they're giving them voters registration cards.
They got health insurance.
Right,
They got health insurance.
Yeah, and education and hotels and everything else. It's incredible. Marc Siegel, we love you. Thank you very much. And I'm glad you and I are super species. So that's good.
I want you to come to one of those breakfasts. We're super species. When are you coming to one of those breakfasts? It's boring there without you, Rita.
Well, thank you. We'll have to work on that. It's been a couple of years since I've been to the breakfast, actually. So we'll have to work on that, my friend. Thank you. Very
I'm not
sweet.
allowed to invite you, but someone there.
Yeah, I know someone. I think I know someone else who could invite me. Maybe, yeah. Thanks, Dr. Siegel. Great to talk with you. Thanks so much.